Welcome to the Career Corrective, your career lifeline that gives you laugh lines with Jenny and Allie. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Today, Jenny,
Yes.
we are kicking off our series about habits.
Wonderful. I could use some help with this.
Everybody can.
Gotta
Whether
put the
it's-
good ones in there, and then the bad ones will slowly go away.
That's right. That's very mindful of you to say they're going to slowly go away.
Thank you.
Compassion.
Yes, that's what we're all about.
We've talked about it a little bit before in our discussions on self-sabotage, but we think there's just not too much information or too much help you can get with creating habits that you want and getting away from habits that really don't serve you. So we're talking about it.
That's right. You want your brain to function well.
So we have to get rid of that checking the phone first thing in the morning.
We do. It's so hard.
Right.
Everybody does it.
Before we dive into that, I was thinking we had so much fun playing our Food Network Chopped last time.
We did.
I thought we could continue with a little round of that game, but I wondered, should the scenario be different or should it be apps again?
I like the apps.
We're apps people.
We really are apps people. Lots of apps, though. Don't just give me one or two. That's not enough.
Like last time, I'll let you put me on the hot seat first since I'm the one who came up with this
Okay.
devilish idea.
All right. Let me think of a good one.
Okay.
Let me think of something really tricky.
Throw me a curveball right out of the gate.
I am. Okay, I got it. Your ingredient is a banana.
Well, it just turned into an apps and desserts party. We're going dessert on this.
Okay.
I can't do banana for appetizer.
Okay.
Now, if we're thinking of being at an appetizer party, though, we want something that's going to be portable for our dessert.
Yes.
I think I'm going to do mini banana tarts.
Ooh.
The little tartlet shells.
Okay.
I'm going to make a custard, vanilla.
I was just going to say, like something like a pudding.
We end up at this game working together, which makes it not at all like Chopped, but way more fun. It's really just us talking about, it's just a sly way for us to talk more about food, really.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for playing with us, though, and humoring us.
Listeners, tell us what your ideas are. We'd love to hear from you. Are we taking the banana and blending it and folding it into the custard? I'm wondering if we slice them, is it going to turn brown?
I want it blended in. Very smooth, very creamy.
Okay. Banana custard and then a little dollop of whipped cream, of course.
Yes.
And that's it.
Okay, I would like to add something to that.
What is it? I love this.
I want to add a nut to it, a chopped nut.
Pecan.
Just to sprinkle on top.
That's a nice touch.
Thank you.
Can we have desserts first at this party? We know our last was a banger where we had potato chip wars.
Everybody got one.
Bang bang shrimp.
They were so full.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh, you mean the people were full.
The people were full. They definitely did not go and get fast food afterward.
I'm not going to that party again. We have to go to Wendy's after.
Yeah.
Are you ready for your first ingredient?
I am.
Ooh, she sounds like she came to play.
Okay.
Ground turkey.
Ooh, ground turkey. Okay. I'm going to make nachos with the ground turkey.
I did not see this coming.
But I'm going to make them in like cups, I think. Like individual cups, because you don't want people touching your chip.
I love that. At the Epcot Food and Wine Festival, Spain has a charcuterie cup.
Yes.
I think it's just such a nice, because of course there you have to have it so you can walk around and have it portable. But instead of a little plate, they do it in a little cup. And I think it's really nice.
Yes. I like that. I can't guarantee that it's going to be hot, but
Room temperature nachos are still delicious.
I think so.
I really liked your idea.
Thank you so much. I was going to go for the buffalo dish, but I thought, no, let's just do nachos.
Yeah, I think everyone at this party is really going to love your turkey nacho cups.
I mean, a turkey chili would have been the obvious one, but this is nice. I agree. Okay. Your item is eggplant.
Oh, I have something so weird with eggplant that I think is so delish.
This is why I love this. I cannot wait to hear what you come up with.
Oh my gosh. I'm acknowledging right out of the gate that probably no one other than me will like this dish. But
Okay.
take your eggplant, you roast it until it's nice and squishy mushy. Right there, I lose people. Squishy mushy eggplant.
Yeah.
That's why people don't like eggplant. That's okay. I get it. And then I scoop it all out.
Mm-hmm.
You're not using the skin.
Now.
Put it in a blender with salt, pepper, nutritional yeast, and cheese.
Yeah.
It can be mozzarella. It can be a sharp pecorino.
Mm-hmm.
And then you emulsify it. So a food processor would work as well. You lay it into a pie plate and bake it and put more cheese on top. And then it's an eggplant dip.
That is genius.
I don't know. I overcooked eggplant one time and then I made it a game, of course. And then I thought, how can you go wrong adding cheese?
Right.
There's going to be tons for me because I don't think anyone's going to want any.
I will eat it with you.
All right. Party for two then. Your ingredient is pasta.
Ooh, any type of pasta.
Whatever you want.
Okay. I know what I'm doing.
Woo! Fast.
I'm doing a fried tortellini.
What?
Yes. And I'm going to serve it with a side of marinara.
I've never even heard of fried tortellini. Do you bread it?
Girl. Just fry them up. You can air fry them. You can bread them. You can do whatever you want with them.
Are we running into the issue of 3 ready at a time with this one?
We might.
It's okay. They're worth it.
Yeah.
Tortellini is delicious.
Yes.
A cheese tortellini, right?
Cheese. Yes, a cheese tortellini. But you can get creative with it.
I think frying them, I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
So I think
you can fry anything.
It's the title of my first book.
You can fry anything?
Check it out and buy it new.
I deep fried my sneaker last week and it was delicious.
But the soul is where it gets a good good crisp on there.
Just need the right sauce to dip it in.
That sounds really good, Jenny.
Thank you. Okay. Your ingredient is onions.
Oh, here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to caramelize the onions. I'm starting out with a Vidalia.
Okay.
I'm going to caramelize those down. I'm going to put a little wine in there, give it some depth.
Yes.
Then when it's ready, everything is cooked through and caramelized. I'm going to take Gruyere.
Yes.
And I'm going to use the wonton wrappers.
Yeah.
I'm going to put them in the mini muffin tins.
Yes.
And then I'm going to put Gruyere cheese, little piece on the bottom of each, and then the onions on top and a little chives on the top. Bake them. It's an homage to French onion mini wontons.
That's beautiful. I love that.
I really like the idea. I came up with the idea of using the wontons in maybe I read it. It's been so long, but the mini muffin tins, if you put those pre-sliced wontons into those, you can fill them with a whole bunch of different things, and they're nice for a party because they're portable little things.
I do it all the time. I throw a lot of parties, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How else would you know to tell Marge she couldn't take that second chip last week?
That's right. That's right. She's not invited back, but it's nice presentation.
Everything tastes delicious in wonton.
Yes, you get a nice variety.
Yeah.
You do 3 different fillings, I feel.
And I hope that onion one will be one of them.
It is. All right, I'm ready for mine.
Tortilla wraps.
Oh my gosh. What can't you put in there? Okay, I'm going to put cheddar cheese all over them. Then turkey. I'm going to slice up some apples. And then spinach. I'm doing pinwheels.
I think we need a toothpick in each of those. Those are going to be delish. Actually, we could throw this party with everything we said to get all of our dishes work together. Actually, they're all over the map, but I still want to taste all of them. When we have a Career Corrective meetup, you all know what to expect, a mishmash of apps. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it.
It's going to be fun. You want to dive into this? Want to get started? All right. We know we've talked about this in our discussions on self-sabotage, but today we're going to look at it at a different angle. So, Allie, can you talk to us about what you've learned from reading about habits from the perspective of neuroscience?
I think this is such an interesting view. I think it gives us all hope. There's a concept that I think the researcher was Jeffrey Schwartz, and then Dr. Rick Hansen, a psychologist, talked more about it later, picking up on that idea. But it's this concept of self-directed neuroplasticity.
Oh, that is just, it sounds fancy.
Yeah. But it's simply that you're making an effort to shape your brain by reflecting on how your habits make you feel.
Okay.
And thinking about it in an overly simplistic approach is, I have a habit of eating 46 cakes at night. Let me think, how does that make me feel? It could be emotional. It could be physical. It's just taking that reflection to work toward implementing more beneficial habits.
What is the science in a nutshell?
Okay. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. All the disclaimers. This is just a conversation about what I've read and my interpretation of these things for sake of our discussion and helping people with habits. I think about the science from the lens of neuroplasticity, like it says in the name of the concept. But it's every time you repeat a behavior, you strengthen your neural pathways in your brain. A lot of times, Jenny, you'll tease me in a loving way that I talk about the metaphor of going to the gym in what we're working toward. And that's the metaphorical version of literally what's happening. If you practice things over time, the metaphor of working out in the gym, you're going to be more likely to do them in a habitual way. And that's what's happening. The neural pathways are, think of it as shoveling snow. If you keep going over the fresh snow with that shovel, eventually the sides will be accumulating, but that path will be created for you and it will make it easier for you to walk through it. That's how I think of the neural pathways being reinforced in you doing things over and over. When you repeat behaviors that don't serve you, the habits get stored, like we've mentioned before, in the part of your brain that is separate from where your conscious decisions were made. And we've touched on this before, but that's why there's a cue, something triggers your behavior, then you perform an action, and then the brain gets rewarded. And oftentimes things that feel good aren't the things that are the best for us. So the neural pathways being strengthened and making that conscious decision to strengthen ones that lead toward more positive habits is a way to rewire the brain.
Yes. So we've talked about why people break good habits and self-sabotage, but can you talk to us about what you've learned at it from this lens?
In a nutshell, it's evolution. Back in the day, our ancestors needed this reward system to survive. They sought out comfort, safety, calories, things to make less harsh the conditions in which they lived. But fast forward to today, that same wiring can now lead us astray. I think we've all seen on Instagram or other social media where they say, stop chasing dopamine, do this instead. That's what it is. It's talking about.
Okay. Continuing from this perspective, what does the science show about breaking a bad habit?
That the brain is on your side. We are wired to adapt. And I think it's so funny because a lot when you read about this, it'll say the discomfort you feel is a sign that you're doing the work. And it almost sounds like somebody trying to talk you into do something terrible. Oh,
Right.
when it's going horribly, that's when you know it's actually going well.
Right, right.
If we think about our work goals, we just talked about advocating for yourself at work. If you think about going in and asking for a raise, you want to take things slow and incrementally because you want that change to be real and lasting like a habit. And if you work your way up to that and it really becomes a part of what you're about and a part of what you do, advocating for yourself, then if you do get up the courage to ask for a raise, then once you get the raise, you're going to behave in a way that aligns with someone who deserves it. If you just go for it and don't go through that uncomfortable step of working on things to make them more habitual, then you could say, I'd really like a raise. And the boss will say, okay, I got that approved. And then you spend the next year going, I don't know, I can work extra because I don't know if I really deserve this, or so-and-so should have gotten it. You can backtrack and undo what you did. So habits are a great way to make them more achievable of a new way of being.
I love this.
It's getting juicy, Jenny.
It really is. It's time for our listeners to be the judge, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. So today we've gathered information from the World Wide Web about habits, and you get to be the judge to see if these have been true for you. Habits form in loops. So it's cue, routine, and reward.
Just what we talked about. And unfortunately for us, the ones that are like checking your vote in the morning are the more rewarding one. That's why it is nice to know. That's why it's hard.
Yes.
Hey, listeners, we hope you're enjoying the conversation so far. If so, go back and check out the full episode. It's called Developing Better Habits, Rewiring Your Brain for Success, part of our habit series. It's linked in the description below for you as well.